Happy Mother's Day 2024. Today I want to take you with me to learn how to make yummy fried tilapia and yuca roots or cassava. This is so delicious, okay? Something you can do for Mother's Day, why not? Or you can just make for your family. I was doing this for my neighbor's kid birthday, and this is just I mean it came out so amazing, and I'm pretty sure you are going to love this video. Okay, so basically I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, of course, show you all of the ingredients we need for the recipe. So these are my tilapia fillet. So I'm taking it out of the plastic bag, out of the wrap they come in. So I'm not going to wash it because they are pretty much clean. So I'm not going to wash mine. You are free to wash yours if you feel like you need to wash it. But for my tilapia fillets, I don't wash them. I feel that if you wash them, you're taking away lots of flavor. Okay, so just like you see, we are going to be needing 1 stick of celery. And we are going to be needing 2 green onions, a large bell pepper, a red one. Bell peppers have different flavors, so we're going to use the red one today, divided by 4. So we are going to be using 1/4, just like you see. Okay, and I already washed all of my ingredients. Okay, so we also are going to be needing about a thumb size of ginger root. Okay, and we are going to be needing a little bit of lemon juice and about a medium onion divided by 4. And then we are going to be using 1/4. And also we are going to be needing 4 large garlics. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to be shredding everything, all of the ingredients. You can put it in a blender, but I like shredding it. It brings out more flavor when you shred. It's bringing out like a creamy juice. So this is why I am shredding instead of putting it in a blender. Of course, they both methods work fine, but again, the way I'm doing it brings out more flavor to the fish, and this is why I'm doing it this way. Okay, so just like that, I'm going to be shredding everything. It's not very easy to shred, due to the texture of the ingredients, like green onions, celery stick. It's not so easy to shred, but we make it happen. And then I'm going to be squeezing just a little bit of lemon juice in my ingredients. And what's gonna happen next, I have an entire nutmeg that I'm going to be shredding just a little bit of it. Okay, don't shred the entire nutmeg or your food is going to taste very bad. So just a little bit, like you see, I shredded just a little bit. And I'm also going to be adding to my ingredient Italian seasoning. Okay, very important. It brings out lots of flavor. So these are all of my ingredients, as you have seen. So next, we are going to be mixing all of the ingredients very well. Of course, we are going to be adding salt too. Okay, so we are going to be adding salt. Did I add salt? I don't know if I add. Okay, here it is. So we are going to be adding a little bit of salt. Okay, you can start with 2 tablespoons of salt or a little bit more depending on how many fish you have. I had 7 fillet. I have 7, yes, all together. So I'm just going to be, sometimes you can taste a little bit, you can taste your ingredient before you go ahead and mix it in the fish, just to make sure your salt is good. So at this point, when I have, all of my ingredients, now I'm just going to be mixing everything in the fish. So basically let the fish absorb, all of the ingredients, all of those juices. I'm just going to cover and I'm going to let it rest for about 3 hours. Okay, so You can do 2 hours, but I feel 3 hours gives it more flavor because it's giving it time to sit and you know, the fish absorbing all of the ingredients. So now let's move to our yuca roots or cassava. Okay, I call it cassava, but it's also called yuca roots. So now you have to be careful. Okay, I don't know how I can explain to you, but when you choose your yuca roots, make sure they are white. Okay, they are fresh and white. If they're a little bit brown, a little bit greenish, that means they're going bad and the taste is not going to be good. So make sure your yuca roots are very white and very clean looking. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and cut them up. You are going to see basically how. So the way you are going to cut them up, not too big and not too small. Okay, enough so that when we boil, because we are going to boil them, if you cut them up too small, they are going to be shattered by the time you boil them. And if you cut them up too big, the flavor or the salt is not going to penetrate very well. So just look, you know, from my image so you can see the right measurements when you cut them up. Okay, and you have to be careful with the knife, okay, because they are not very soft. Okay, they are a little bit hard. Okay, so it's not an easy process sometimes. And then I'm going to wash it very well, and I'm going to drain the water, just to, you know, just making sure I wash my my roots. I washed my cassava very well. So now I'm going to fill it up with water. And I was just dancing with my son. My son was watching something and dancing, and I was dancing along with him. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and fill out the water so I can put it on the stove so we can boil our potatoes. Yeah, I guess I can call them potatoes. So we can boil our cassavas, okay? And I'm going to put a little bit of salt, okay? So depending on the quantity of your cassava, okay, you can always start with 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of salt, because you want the salt to be, you want to taste a little bit of that salt, okay? And I'm just going to shred a little bit of nutmeg, and notice that I'm using, you know, fresh nutmegs. Why? Because the taste is better. It's different, you know, versus the one that you get that is already powdered. The fresh ones, they taste better. They have a stronger taste, okay? So I just shredded a little bit, and you know, with salt, I'm going to put it on a medium heat and let it boil. It takes about 20 minutes, okay? It could be less depending on how fresh your cassavas are, okay? If they are not too fresh, it may take longer. But if they are fresh, only takes about 10, 15 or 20 minutes. Now I'm going to be frying my tilapias, okay? Since we let it sit, and now we are going to go ahead and fry them. I'm not going to deep fry them, just like you see. I just put a little bit of oil in a frying pan, and I'm going to just go ahead and fry both sides, okay? This way we can keep the taste, we can keep the flavors. If you deep fry them, honey, you are going to be losing a lot of the flavors. They are going to go into the oil. So this is the best way to fry them, to keep those flavors, okay? We are all about flavors, and we cannot be losing all of the flavors we have worked with to begin with, okay? So now over here, all right, so one way to know if your cassavas are ready is grab a fork and poke. When you poke and you see that they are kind of dividing, that means they are very soft. Not very soft, but they are soft enough and they are ready to be fried, okay? So back to my tilapias, I'm just going to flip them over to the other side so the other side can also fry, okay? Just like you see. This is common sense, you know what I mean? So just make sure. And I'm using a tongue because it's easier to flip them over. Very easy. Compared to a spatula or a spoon, the tongue works much better and it's easier. Okay? So when I'm done pretty much frying my tilapias. I'm going to now go ahead and fry the cassavas. Okay, you are going to see here in a moment. All right, so now that my tilapias are ready, I'm just going to remove them. Okay, and always try to drain the oil. Okay, so when you remove them, try to drain it a little bit. Like when you pick it up, you let it sit for a little bit, you drain the oil, and you put it where you want to put it. Okay, so that way we get rid of the excess oil. You know, we already frying them, they already have oil, we don't need all that extra oil. Okay, so now I went ahead and grabbed a small onion and about a quarter size of the large bell pepper. I cut them up in small pieces. So now we are going to saute this. Okay, this is where all the flavor is. So with just a little bit of oil in a frying pan, I'm going to go ahead and saute my onions and all of that extra flavor we had left with the fish. Okay, when we season the fish, we are going to fry, or we are going to saute all of them in a frying pan with a little bit of oil, so that we can put, you know, when we are done, we are going to dump it on top of our fish that we had fried earlier. Okay, so we are going to saute for about 10 minutes. Okay, about 10 to 12 minutes until all of your onions and all of the ingredients are soft enough and they don't have a fishy smell or fishy taste anymore. Okay, you can always add a little bit of water as you go if you notice that, you know, everything is gone, all of the oil is gone and it's starting to get stuck to the bottom of the pot. Just add a little bit of water until everything is soft, just like you see in the video. Okay, you can tell by the video, you can tell that it's very soft. So this took about 12 minutes. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a little bit on top of the fish. I don't want to put everything because I'm going to use some of them to put. I did fry another fish. I did fry another tilapia, an entire tilapia for my husband, because he prefers the he likes the tilapia fillet, but he prefers the other one. So I saved some of those some of the seasoning for my other fish. Okay, so this is it. Very yummy, very tasty. So now back to our yuca roots. Okay, back to our cassavas. So now we are going to go ahead, same process as far as frying. I don't want to deep fry it. I'm going to be frying it like this, and I'm using 2 frying pans because we were running a little bit behind schedule, to go to my neighbor's house for her son's birthday. So I had to use 2 so I can fry faster, so I can be done faster, because I didn't want to be late. Okay, I really didn't want to be late. However, we were about 8 minutes late anyways. But the good news is we were really the first ones there anyway. So technically we were not late because no one was really there as far as the people that have been invited. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fry. Woo, guys, you don't even know. I did a lot. I was doing so much in between the video, and I'm just going to flip. Okay, so once one side it's starting to get a little bit golden, just flip it to the other side. Common sense, so the other side can fry as well. But I'm just saying, I was doing a lot because this was like in the morning. I was like doing breakfast for my babies, for my kids. I was like doing breakfast for my husband. At the same time, I was cooking a lot of food, not just the ones that you are seeing. I'm just sharing what I want to share with you, but in between the camera, I was doing many other stuff, and it is not easy. I was doing a lot. Okay, so now let me put a little pause, and this video is sponsored by the Wig Nook. This beautiful place takes care of your hair, not just the wigs, but you can get your hair braided. You can basically, even for guys, this is not just for women. Anything about hair, come to the Wig Nook and you are going to get taken care of, okay? And for Mother's Day, you guys are gonna get a 10% discount for any purchase that you make. Just mention that you have watched my video and you are going to get a discount, a 10% discount. And look at the cowboy hats. They are so beautiful. Everyone is buying them that we are running out. We are actually running out. Everyone loves them, okay? They are absolutely beautiful. So happy Mother's Day again. Happy Mother's Day 2024. So our fish is done. It is so tasty. Everyone loved it. I'm not even lying to you. Everyone loved it. And our cassava, they are nicely fried and very yummy, okay? The salt and the nutmeg brings out so much flavor, okay? So we were ready to go ahead and go to our neighbor's party. But I didn't want to film. I didn't want to just look weird and film. So that was my daughter carrying the food, helping me out. And we were just gonna go. It's just not, they are my neighbors. So they are just close. So we didn't need to drive. We just were going to take a walk, which is very nice. The weather was very beautiful, very, very beautiful. I don't know if you can see it from the camera. Beautiful weather. So we had so much fun, and we were just enjoying the weather. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on my next video. Thanks again. Happy Mother's Day. Don't forget to put a like, subscribe to the channel. Okay, show some support so this can keep me going. Okay, we like it when you comment. We like when you subscribe.